Well, and it's not like we're not 5'1", both of us.
Well, you have ladders.
Okay. No, we don't.
You don't own a ladder?
No, we don't.
Well, then get on his shoulders and do it.
Together, we would maybe make about 8 foot tall.
The ceilings aren't that tall.
The two of us are not. You're gonna get on Jody's shoulders. Go on.
No, you can hop up there and you can do it. Right? So, okay, are we ready?
Oh, I've been long.
Oh, God.
So, welcome to our first podcast.
Hello.
This is no rules, completely raw. Like we're just sitting here talking about whatever pops into our minds with animals and everything else. Quick backstory: I own Second Chance Ranch and Rescue. Inc. It's a 501c3, not for profit. We have about 220 animals, give or take, and we also just started Ever After Exotic Experience. As a way to kind of help us fund the rescue as well, because it's difficult. We don't get government assistance. We don't get anything like that. So we are trying every way we can to go out in the public. And I would like to say something, okay, for our unfans out there. I'm very sick of hearing the word exploitation. And I'll tell you why. Because a lot of the exotics that I have are secondhand, which means a lot of the animals that I have done encounters, have been hand raised. For me to leave them in a cage at a closed facility that we are and not bring them out to interact with people, that I feel is cruelty. My animals love to interact. We don't make them do anything they don't want to.
I was going to say, we have to make sure we say that. If they don't want to do it, we don't force them.
My camel didn't want to get on the trailer.
Right. So he didn't
come.
Right.
The pony didn't want to do rides. She didn't have to do rides.
Yeah.
We never, ever make. And if you meet our animals, you'll understand they absolutely love and crave interactions. Mm-hmm. And that is why we have a closed facility, and that's why we have our other animals that we take out into public. So I just wanted to say that for all of our unfans. So you can turn us off right now, or you can follow us as stalkers. I hope you do. Thanks. Extra person.
You feel better?
I do.
Okay,
I feel
good.
so much better.
I'm glad.
So
she had to get that off her chest.
It's been a long day. So anyways, we're going to introduce... Well, first of all, we're going to introduce Nikki.
Oh, hi.
Nikki's my ride or die. She's been with me now almost 4 years.
Almost 4 years, yeah.
Almost 4 years.
I found her, she had an ad on Facebook that was when the farm was open.
Now
she
we
was
sound
giving
like
tours.
Craigslist, like I was like
I
a
know.
hooker. I'm not a hooker.
She's not a hooker. She'll do a lot of stuff for her animals, but anyway.
I'd go broke
Right?
if I was a hooker.
But anyway, so I found this ad saying that she was giving tours at her farm. Me being the animal lover that I am, wanted to go.
4 years ago.
And she hasn't been able to get rid of me since.
I've tried.
So yeah, she tried. It just wouldn't go.
No.
I live vicariously through her because my loving husband will divorce me if I try to bring any of the animals home, which he has been so gracious that I do have a snake at home. But other than that, no, I just
And
love...
2 dogs.
And 2 dogs, yes. I do love the farm and everything it stands for. I'm very happy to be a part of it, and I'm excited for this new adventure that we're doing with the exotic animals. Because the animals at the farm really do need a lot, and it takes a lot.
Yeah, and here's the thing: the volunteers. We can't really have a lot of volunteers out because it's hard finding volunteers that aren't going to leave a door open or that aren't going to have any kind of sense about animals and stuff. So we have a very small group of people that I trust to not let a bird out. We trust to be out there. So they need
not
attention.
for nothing. They don't want to scoop poop. I mean, honestly,
right? Who wants?
I mean,
crap
they
for
want to
free?
come out and they want to play with animals and they want to take selfies and then that was really funny, and you can see how much it happens, and that's what they want to do. So we have all these people with the beepings driving me nuts,
dude. Okay, so sorry guys. We have a smoke detector that has not been changed in about a year. So
it's been more than a year.
But you just get used to it. So Nikki's whole thing, well, obviously, but they probably saw the beginning of the podcast.
They probably did with me saying with the beeping. Oh my God, it just drives me crazy.
It's her OCD. I have very ritualistic OCD. She has organizational OCD. So the two of us together are awesome. She's my organized. I'm the unorganized chaos.
Yes.
I'm the tornado, the hurricane.
Yes.
She's calm.
Try to keep her calm and organized, which is very difficult. But the beeping's just driving me crazy.
I can't hear it.
But anyway, so was that enough about me? It was enough about me because I just said basically I'm your stalker.
Well, and then and Jody, we love Jody. Jody's your husband.
My husband, yes, who's awesome. I pimp him out often to do stuff at the farm for me.
He's making a wheelchair right now.
Trying to make a wheelchair for the emu.
For an emu.
Yeah, which is
It's just pretty amazing.
Yeah, but
So,
he gets excited because he gets to buy new tools, and that's always a good thing for him. So
right.
But yeah, so no, it's
And my
just,
husband, I'm gonna say my
yes,
husband.
Danny's a big part of it.
Allows me to have wild Florida in my house. So
Yeah, because there's always something going on at her house.
Always babies we're feeding.
Yes. Speaking of babies, we have to introduce.
We just went and picked him up. So we don't see color here because he's supposed to be a lavender, a paid for a lavender skunk.
He's chocolate.
He's a chocolate skunk, clearly. But
he may change color, is what the lady said.
I guess, you know, like if we sprinkle unicorn dust on him, maybe he may turn a different color. Yeah, don't think so. I think I got duped. It's okay. Still love him.
Yes.
So we have a chocolate skunk named Stompy, and we got Stompy with our Quadamundi Cody surrendered to us, probably 3 years now ago. Mm-hmm. So Stompy is very grumpy, and I love to have my animals in pairs. Because I feel like it's better for them to be together. So Stompy has got a little brother. We do not obviously breed exotics, but this little dude obviously came from a USDA facility. So he is now eating kibble. We have decided to name him Boomer, because you like to stomp at everybody. Yes. He is decented, so people have to decent these guys, because obviously they're domestic. You're not going to find a chocolate-covered skunk, or colored skunk, right?
Okay, we're not going to eat him.
Right. Well, if I get hungry, he is cute enough
chocolate
to eat.
covered.
So,
yeah, he's very cute.
So apparently he can change.
Yes, he might change
dark chocolate to a light lavender color.
Which, that'll be amazing.
But we don't see color.
We don't see color.
We love all
We love
colors,
him the way he is.
sizes, shapes.
Yes.
We don't assume genders.
No,
we don't do anything.
We're good. Yes.
So, so this is our little buddy. I almost said Stumpy. It's our little buddy Boomer. So we're hoping that Boomer is a little bit friendlier than Stompy, our grumpy Stompy. And, like I said, I wanted to say that too. A lot of our animals come, older, and we take in grumpy, not nice animals. Of our 9 parrots, well, no, we have more than that. None of them want to be touched or held.
At all.
Ever.
Nope.
So they get to be birds. They get to be paired up and bonded to another bird, and they get to live their life and huge aviaries and do what birds do.
Yep.
Me putting them on my arm is not any kind of life, I don't think, unless they want to be.
Right.
So.
And that's the thing. We don't force any animals. I know a lot of people thought when we did a kind of an unveiling of our Ever After exotic experience to show, what we have, and some people were saying, well, I just don't understand how you're doing that to those poor animals. If they didn't want to be there, we wouldn't have them there. Perfect example, like I said, with a camel.
Yeah.
He didn't want to load up, so he didn't come.
Well, and we had
Codamundi,
but we had lines.
We did.
We had lines. People could not pass those lines. If the animals wanted to walk under those lines to
see them,
or interact with people, they could. But other than that, there was no interaction if they didn't want any kind of
we never
interaction.
force it, and that's the thing. And people need to understand that. And again, they crave the attention. The ruffed lemur that we have, Moosey, she loves people. And at that event, she would literally crawl underneath the lines that we had to get onto people because she wanted the attention.
Right.
So that's something that people need to understand.
And here's the thing too, and we were just on NBC National News. We were on the local TV station ABC News 7. The original got a little bit messed up and got us into a little bit of trouble because it was saying that it was at our rescue, which is not. Our facility is closed. But they came out and did an amazing story on us, and it's been great. But my biggest thing, and that's what I told NBC National News when we were up at Cappy Bear Cafe, is if you can hold it and you can touch it, you're gonna remember it. Yeah. I remember going to the zoo, crazy animal kid my whole life, and I don't remember the lemurs.
Right.
I don't remember the different animals because I couldn't interact with it. I couldn't pet it. I couldn't touch it.
It makes it real.
As long as it wants to be held and touched. But you've got moose, which is a ruffed lemur. They're critically endangered. There's less than 1,000 in the wild left. They're going to be extinct from our planet because Madagascar doesn't want them there.
Right.
So us educating and my good friend Stephanie Angel owns Capybara Cafe in St. Augustine, and we're going to be opening a place here in St. Pete. But that's the biggest thing is conservation. That is our biggest thing. We are telling people not to get these animals as pets. They don't belong, obviously, as pets. they're already here. They're already being bred for generations. And other people, put it back in the wild. It belongs in the wild. Yeah, my lemur, my 2 little monkeys, they couldn't go back into the wild. But they're not born in the wild, you know. So, you know, I don't breed. I'm not selling exotic animals or anything like that. But yeah, I mean, you know, if we have an animal that wants to interact, I'm going to share it with people so that they will want to conserve it. I have a crazy baby lemur right now jumping around my living room.
Yes.
And I'm gonna actually have you hold him if you wanna. I'm gonna actually get Sid.
Oh, you're gonna get the wallaby.
I don't know if Scarlett's gonna let us, but if you wanna.
So yes.
Come here, baby girl. Come here.
Oh my goodness.
Sorry, I didn't mean to leave you, Nick.
No, you're fine. Just hanging out with Boomer. Again, this is just, you know, us talking and...
Yeah, we're not, this is not
professionally edited or anything. We're just kind of like chit-chatting.
Clearly, because neither one of us have makeup on. We had our first painting party today.
Yes.
With Moosey. There's, you know, it was a family of 5, and we were out on the porch, and Moosey was on a halter, and they got to paint Moosey and then interact with Moose, which was really cool for them, and obviously was, you know, cool for being able to, you know, make side money. You know, a portion goes to the ranch.
Yes.
But this is Sydney. So Sydney is a baby wallaby. So she's 8 months now. And she will be in her pouch until
big stretch
her legs. Look at them legs. They're sexy legs. So she's going to be in her pouch until she's about 13 months. Cool thing about these guys is I'm going to go on my savant rant here. Wallabies,
she is a savant. Let me just say that about animal facts. I mean, I love animals. Don't get me wrong. I do.
I kind of am.
And I researched, like I've had bearded dragons and I've had crested geckos and things, and that I have a snake and I've researched it. And so I know the stuff. The stuff that this woman has in her brain about animals is insane.
But there's nothing else in my brain.
But it's
stuff?
insane. And some of just the sheer obscurity of some of the facts are just what blow me away. I mean, there's common stuff that people know about animals, obviously skunks and everything else, but the obscure facts are what are just amazing to know. And again, with having so many animals, it's like she knows about all of that, and it's just...
That's the thing, I feel like you have to research, and like I worked at a facility with primates and wallabies and kangaroos and camels and
most people
otters
don't retain all the information.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, this woman could talk for hours on all of her animals because
no
that's just
to me.
Well, nobody will listen to you because it gets boring after a while.
It does get boring.
It's just the and we do have to rule it in. We do have to rule it in a little bit.
I just got pooed on.
Because she'll go on and on and on, and just, it's like, okay, a couple facts about each
one is good. Can I just tell you a really cool fact?
You can tell the really cool fact about the wallaby.
Okay, so first I want to talk about the word crepuscular, because a lot of people don't know the word crepuscular.
See what I mean about obscure?
Wallabies and kangaroos are crepuscular, which means that diurnal means like us, we are awake during the day and we sleep at night. Obviously nocturnal, everybody knows that word, you know, you're awake at night. Crepuscular means they're most active during dawn and dusk, which is super cool. Another really cool thing, there's a million crazy cool things I could tell you, but first of all, wallabies and kangaroos are the worst mothers in the animal kingdom, I think, because they'll be hopping along with their baby in their pouch, and they'll grab their baby and flip it out to the predator behind them, like, you know.
Mom of the Year award.
Absolutely. But I understand why. So because they can have 2 babies at once. So
one's expendable.
I got another one. I got one heavy one, actually 3 babies. So they can do what's called diapause. There's a couple species in the world that can do what's called diapause. They can actually have a fertilized egg and hold on to that. Their body can hold on to that. So there's drought, or the timing's not right, or they throw a baby out. They can just release that baby down into the uterus and actually have a 3rd baby. So they've got 28
survival
days.
Of the fittest, man.
Absolutely, man, and they're the fittest. So 28 days. The little baby comes out looking like an ugly little mole rat.
Slug. It looks like a pink slug.
It does. It's gross.
Yeah, it's very gross.
It crawls out, and it crawls into the first little pouch, and that's where it's getting this like really rich milk from mama, and then it crawls down into the bottom pouch, getting a totally different, separate type of milk when the next baby comes into that pouch. So the mama can have 2 babies at once and have the diapause one on pause, that she can.
One in reserve.
So, and as Danny says, she might be waiting till she's more financially stable.
Right, and then
which he was really upset about.
Responsible.
Yeah, but he was really upset about that. So we're doing interactions at Capybara Cafe, and Danny had made that comment, which was, I thought, really funny. So I started using it in every single interaction, which of course everybody thought was hilarious. And Danny would sit in the back and go, me, that's my joke. That's my joke. So we're gonna put Sid down because she's pooped on me like three times.
Yes.
But I don't know. You probably can't see. She's got a little tiny pouch right here. So she's a marsupial.
We don't judge size.
Oh, Scarlett, we have a baby lemur climbing up. All right, so we're back. We have no idea where we were because I tripped over the cord trying to get a baby lemur that was climbing up.
Classic Signa.
Yes. How many times can you say that though? Like, hey, I was doing a podcast and I had a baby lemur that was trying to chew
the camera. Yeah.
The microphone.
Yeah.
So
I put that, and I post that on Facebook a lot of times when I go to the farm too, because I'll have animals like this, and they'll be like, "What did
totally
you do today?"
right
and
now.
it's like I have a sleeping skunk in my hand.
He is like way asleep too.
Not a lot of people can say that, which is really cool.
No, he's like way asleep. So I feel right now like I have an orphanage going because we've got a baby skunk, a baby lemur, and a baby wallaby. I am feeding 5 times a day, different formulas, different things.
Yep.
My son is 21 years old, and I'm starting all over again. I've raised a million different animals over the years.
She does it all the time.
But yeah, I'm like, you know what? We're gonna do 1. We're gonna do 3.
Right.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
And that's the thing. Okay, that would be the lemur.
So you don't see what's happening, but Sydney, our wallaby, is teasing Scarlett in her cage.
Yes.
Which is making Scarlett very
angry
and unhappy.
So
what's that noise?
Sounds like Godzilla's on your roof.
It might be.
It might be. I don't know.
So. I don't have any winged animals outside.
Winged.
Winged. Oh, like that. Okay, so we're going to talk about some shit here. So, yeah. So, we're going to talk about, we had a very long conversation in the car with one of our volunteers, Hannah.
Yes.
And about what things we're afraid of. Well, everybody pretty much at the farm is afraid of spiders. Nikki is the most afraid of spiders.
Number one. Yep.
Yes,
Number
panic
1.
attack. She
So we were moving a rack from the inside to the outside, and Signa and I were carrying it because it was heavy, and so we go put it on the wall, and of course as you're leaning it in, you get close to the wall, and I look up, and there was a spider the size of my hand on the wall staring at me. Okay, it was too, and so I started to see spots.
That's why her husband married her, is because she embellishes.
I started to hyperventilate. She's laughing at me.
Yeah, of course.
Because I thought I was going to die because it was so big.
And then would spiders kill you? They're poisonous.
There are poisonous spiders. Yes, there are.
But they're not poisonous spiders.
There are.
But the wood spiders are not.
I don't care.
Okay.
But there are poisonous spiders, and I'm not going to sit there
Absolutely.
and try to determine which ones are and aren't.
Oh, you gotta look for.
I'm not looking for
the hourglass. That's all you look for.
No, because they
little
have
spiders.
They have ones that brown
Big
recluse don't have an hourglass.
They do actually. They have a brown hourglass.
I haven't never seen a.
They do.
Well, I'm not getting
Look
that
them up.
freaking close to it to see what the hell's on its abdomen. So, talking about what we're afraid of,
I'm
little
not afraid
Missy.
of anything.
Excuse me. Okay, bats. She's afraid of bats. So I came here one day to her house. This is where we are, her house. And there was a little bat hanging on her lanai, the front, little screened area, and it had moved in a day or so.
Because I had rabies. I'm smart. I'm not scared. I have common sense.
No, you don't. So I take it. I put gloves on. I was cautious. I got leather gloves, and it was just a little teeny tiny bat. Put it in a little container, little box, a little towel, and I was trying to nurse it, trying to get it to eat, everything. She's freaking out, driving to the farm. There's a bat. I'm driving with a bat. There's a bat in the car. It couldn't get out of the box, so.
Oh, I think it could morph through.
I don't, and it ended up passing away.
It's Satan's.
No. Spiders are Satan something. I'm sorry. Those are, no. And okay,
Yeah.
and when my husband is helping at the farm and he comes out and says, "I quit. I'm done," and I was like, "What's going on?" He goes, "No, I'm done. I'm done." And stuff doesn't faze him, and he just walks out. He goes, "I'm done."
I gotta be honest. I thought, yeah, we're dealing with it.
And I said, "What is it?" I said, "Is it a spider?" And he went, "The size." Now my husband's hands are bigger than mine. The size of my hand. She doesn't believe him. So she walks in and she's like, "Oh well, damn! That was a big one."
It was that big, and it had an egg sac. So yeah, I was a little. I wasn't afraid, but I let it do what it was supposed to do, like it wanted to do.
I wouldn't.
I wasn't.
No, I couldn't go in there.
Yeah, I wasn't making it get away. So
which is what I feel bad a lot of times because when I go to the farm, there's not a lot that I can do as far as like cleanup. As far as like cleanup and stuff though, because I don't want to touch the bins.
She's terrified
and put
of
my hands
spiders.
and stuff, and like I'll like kick the
I
bins.
think you use
stuff.
that shit as an excuse. I think you're like, yeah, exactly. I can't clean poop because I'm afraid of spiders. I think that is part of the problem.
I don't think that's
What?
I don't think that's accurate.
I think it is.
I don't think it's
I
accurate.
think it is. The truth comes out after 4 years.
So a lot of the volunteers have already cleaned by the time I get there. So there's not a lot, and I have a lot of allergies. I am allergic.
Oh, cats. So she can't clean cat boxes because
Right.
she's allergic.
Do not do air quotes around allergic.
You are allergic to everything.
I'm definitely allergic to cats.
Yeah, but I think we've pretty much
It's gotten a lot better.
desensitized
Yeah,
you
yeah.
on most things because
I
you're not
learned-
like an anaphylactic shock.
Right, and I learned, because it used to be I'd go home after visiting the farm and have to use my inhaler.
Yeah.
It was that bad. I did learn quickly that I can't brush horses either, because she asked me to brush.
Who's allergic to horses? Like, she just doesn't want to brush a horse.
Did you see what happened to me when I was brushing the horse? She comes out, I have snot running down my face, I'm sneezing, I'm red, and she's like, "Are you all right?" I'm like, I think the hair's getting to me. She's like, "Okay, we're not going to have you do that anymore." I'm like, "Okay." But
So
no,
at
it
this
has gotten
point,
better.
only Nikki gets to go and love on the animals because she's all
Allergic.
to
I love how she
everything.
uses air quotes. I'm actually allergic. Oh my God. I actually got an allergy test after I started helping you. I did.
You never showed me. You never
I went and
proved
got
it to
the
me.
skin.
You didn't prove it to me.
I will show you my medical records.
You're going to need to.
I will.
I say next week, Nikki has to
Oh my
prove.
God. I will bring my medical records to my
I wanna
allergist.
see your
because I'm
medical
allergic to
records.
dogs, cats, cows,
Yeah, she has
hay,
2 dogs.
horses. Well, it's because I've had dogs all my life.
Okay.
So I've built up more of a tolerance to them. If I get around a new dog, I do sneeze. So the allergy is still there. It's just not.
But not snakes. You're not
Snakes don't
allergic
have
to
dander.
snakes. Okay. I
Yeah,
know.
it's just a
Well,
dander.
you're not
Well,
allergic
then
to
why would you ask me if I was allergic to a snake if you know it doesn't have
I know
dander?
you're not allergic to snakes. I'm trying to trap you.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to trap you into a web of lies right
okay.
now. So-
Yes, no, I'm not allergic to snakes.
She is our resident snake reptile
Person.
lady person.
Yes.
So yeah, you are. Yes, you are our.
I love the reptiles.
Yes, you
They
love
get a
the
bad
reptiles,
rap, and I don't. And it's funny because we'll go to events and stuff, and we'll bring the farm animals, and we'll do like some exotics and stuff. And I always bring my snake because she enjoys it. And again,
Serafina.
if she didn't enjoy it, I wouldn't have her out. You can tell ball pythons.
She really does. Yeah.
If they didn't like it, they'd be in a ball.
In a ball,
Hence
right.
the name
And
ball
she's
python.
not.
And
She's
she's
always-
never
yeah.
curled up.
No.
But I mean,
actually, she's gotten a lot of people over their fear. Of
she
snakes.
has because she's such a
there's
good girl.
People that freak
Right.
out completely, and we actually, by the end of it,
They're
people
touching her and stuff,
touch
yeah.
her and stuff. Here's another thing too that we teach that, we think that kids should be afraid of snakes out in the
Right,
wild.
wild
Everybody,
snakes, right.
Because it's difficult a lot of times to tell different snakes and what they. Can you hit that alarm? I
Sorry.
turned the sound off on my phone, and that is why you have to.
There we go.
That is why I have her. It's better than the fire alarm or the smoke alarm.
It's still beeping. So,
Is it? I really don't notice.
Yes, it
I
beeps
really,
every so
really,
often.
I really don't notice.
Oh my God, it drives me crazy.
So, yeah.
But so it does get people over their fears of snakes. Because she is such a chill,
She is.
and she doesn't
And she came to us,
freak out.
and
Yeah,
we
she
had
did.
him, and then you ended up adopting Serafina because
I did.
you loved her so
I
much.
loved her so much.
She's
and
such a cool
we
snake.
take her to so many events and stuff. And I just fell in love with her, so I actually adopted her.
Yep.
So she lives at my house.
Yep, she lives.
I do have to get over people freaking out because I took
Yeah.
it personal.
Yeah.
Because people would walk up to me and go, "Ah," and I'm like,
But
oh,
if I had a
it's snake. Okay.
tarantula,
And that's what I tell them. I was like, I can understand your fear because if somebody had a big ass hairy spider, I
so
wouldn't touch it.
let's talk about this. Let's talk about
Oh,
this whole
Lord.
thing. So we've gone to Repticon And I like spiders personally. So Nikki won't let me get spiders. She said she will never return to the rescue. If I get a spider, I want a tarantula. I think they're super cool.
They're not holdy lovey pets. What the hell are you gonna do with a tarantula?
I can hold it and love it.
No, what did the guy say?
He said you can hold it.
Kind of.
Okay. Anyways.
And they can bite you.
Anyway, he did say that. So anyway, so
why would you want that?
I am an asshole. Yes. So I decided, because I don't like to be told what to do, that I was going to get a jumping spider. A little tiny bitty black jumping spider. Oh. Right? Yes. What would we name it? Aragon.
I don't even remember.
It's Aragon.
I blocked that out of my memory.
So anyways, we drove home with this
in my car.
Little jumping spider.
Oh my God, my car.
He has the cutest little enclosure. Actually, you know what? I felt bad for him, so I released him. And he actually lives in our bathroom.
Yeah, she released him into the barn. So now when I have to go
she's inside. She's in the
inside.
bathroom.
Yeah, so when I have to go use the bathroom, the freaking spider's in the corner.
He's up. He's this little dude, and he's up on the baseboard, living his best life.
Oh, yeah, it's just great.
So he is. And he's having a happy life. He's been
so
up there
happy for that spider.
6 months. They only live about a year and a half, but
darn.
He doesn't have teeth.
I don't give a shit.
I think it's funny that's it.
It's an irrational fear. I totally understand that.
But it's so much fun to go around this.
She's like, oh, come here, look at this one. I am not looking at a big ass hairy spider. I'm sorry.
This brings us to our next thing. So we have a lot of reptiles. Mm-hmm. We've got bearded dragons. We've got two bearded dragons. Duke and Buttercup.
Yes.
We've got 10 sulcatas, which is the big tortoises. We've got rainforest redfoots, marginated, giant South African leopard. Mm-hmm. We've got turtles, aquatic turtles. We have probably 10 or 11 of those. A lot of turtles. Which, don't get those two confused, because Nikki will tear your head off if you call.
I didn't know I was being mean.
I
didn't know I was being mean.
A turtle. She will call you out in front of a whole event of people and make you cry.
I didn't know I was being mean. I thought I was being educational. Because the parents would come up with their kids and go, oh, look at the turtle.
And she goes, that's not a turtle, that's a tortoise.
I didn't know I was being mean.
She did it just like this. Like, I know everything and you know nothing. And now you know.
I'm better now.
That is not and she shook her head like this. She did. She shook her head like
this.
I'm
better now.
And she shook her finger.
I did not shake my finger. I'm better now, and I just look at them because
she is good.
So they'll go, oh, look at the turtle. I'm like, that's a red.
But I think you did that at our first event, and I was like, maybe we're not going to be able to take this lady with us because she's a little grumpy. So, but yeah, no. So that was 4 years ago.
Yeah,
so,
that was.
But yeah. As long as you call it like it's just a tortoise turtle thing.
Right.
Other than that, she doesn't care what you
Because here's the thing.
Mislabel?
If you put a tortoise in a pond.
It is true. Yeah. Like
I don't want people to find, go for tortoises and go, oh, be free and put it in a pond.
Which is good. Well, and we teach.
Kill it. We teach the difference.
Web's feet.
Right.
Are swimming feet.
Right.
And the shells.
Right.
So it's dinosaur feet.
It's really for the safety of the animals that they know the difference, because I don't want them to kill like a gopher tortoise by going to stick it in a pond. So, if you look at it, I'm actually saving lives.
You do know that I took you away from that part of the petting zoo for a long time because I'm very non-confrontational. I don't ever tell anybody when I have a problem with them. So I don't really think I told you for a long time about that. And it's funny because we actually literally had this conversation an hour ago, driving to pick him up about the whole tortoise, turtle thing, pan.
And I realized I have resting bitch face because we took pictures today, and I look pissed off, and I'm like, it was a happy event. Why do I look so angry?
You're just very concentrating.
I guess that's what it is.
You're concentrating.
So, okay. So my thing is at events, I count animals constantly because my fear is one of them's going to get loose or somebody's going to take one or something's going to happen. So I'm very intense and just watching and counting and all that. And she's over there going, oh, well, the wallaby loves to do this. And she's just spouting off
Cody
facts.
slipped his harness. It's fine.
Oh my God. And I'm over here freaking out going, I only count 3 guinea pigs. We brought 4. And I'm like, where the hell is the other guinea pig? And then it was under it. So yeah, I'm a little intense, and I'm trying to work on that as well. I'm trying to be a little bit more relaxed.
She's a helicopter.
Yes.
Mommy.
Well, I wasn't a helicopter mommy.
No, not for your kids.
No, not for the kids. For the animals,
pets.
yes.
Yes, the pets. And I was the opposite.
My husband is saying yes, I was for the kids.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, let's not talk about the first drive that Tyler took in the car.
Yeah, I don't drive with my son. He's 18 years old. Great driver, don't get me wrong. I can't.
But that first day you were at the rescue, and
So
I
he
think
drove
you
to
cried
work.
the whole time.
Yes. So my son got a job, and that was one of the requirements for him to keep the car that we gave him, was to get a job so he could pay for insurance. And the first day he drove to work by himself.
She cried the whole time.
And I did.
She wouldn't even talk to us.
So much so that a lady that I barely knew came over and was asking me if I was okay and if I needed to talk to her because
Nope.
she saw I was so
I'm not
upset.
going to talk to you. I'm like, just leave her alone.
I couldn't,
She's fine.
yeah.
Just leave her alone.
I can't.
She's having a panic attack. Like,
Yeah.
just leave her alone.
It was a lot. It was a lot.
So she's that type of parent?
Yes.
Like, she's the one that's going to be, like, sitting at the top of the lifeguard tower on their shoulders, like...
Yes.
looking
Well,
at
I mean, to the
and
point
I'm
where
not.
I couldn't take my kids to the park
Yeah.
because I would freak out that they were going to get hurt.
And my kid's the one that's jumping off the top.
Well,
head
mine did
first
too. I just wasn't there to
down
see
the
it
slide.
because I couldn't handle that. So rather than me freak
Yeah.
out, I let Dad take them.
Yeah,
but
no.
But I recognized it, and I dealt with it.
Yes, and
So-
you're doing a great job.
I am.
And I'm very happy for you.
Well,
and
I'm happy
we've
for
come
me
a
too.
long way in 4 years
have.
with petting zoos.
Yes.
And, you know what I mean?
We have it down to an art now.
We really freaking do, man.
We do, because a lot of times it was she and I.
Yes.
doing events.
For years.
Yep.
Now we have a lot of awesome volunteers. And
We do.
help. We're very
Which
blessed
helps
with
a
our
lot.
events and stuff, and we're getting some really great volunteers at the farm for like the horses and the ponies,
Mm-hmm.
and you know that's what we need a lot of help with. I can't really go in the sun. I have lupus and a couple other autoimmune diseases, so it's difficult for me to go out.
I
and,
sweat a lot,
and
so I'm like going in the sun.
repair. So, you know, it's difficult for me to go out there and work with the horses and the ponies and stuff.
Yeah.
So now we've got people that are helping and doing that. So, you know, but yeah, I think we've bored
Probably
everybody
enough.
Hopefully you enjoyed us rambling and laughing and making
Telling
some
on ourselves, yeah.
curse words.
Yeah,
So
telling
maybe-
on ourselves.
I don't think we're gonna edit those out.
Insecurities and
So
fears. and-
exactly.
Because
So-
that's the thing. You know, a lot of times you see podcasts and stuff, and it's not real. You know, it's people putting on a front. It's people doing stuff that, you know, it's like, psh, that is not your
There's
life.
no front. We don't have makeup on. We've got animal hair.
I do have eyeliner.
Do you?
I do.
I don't even own makeup.
That's the only thing I wear.
There's nothing on me.
So
right
I do
now.
have eyeliner on. And
There's nothing
I
fake on me right now.
That's the only thing. I mean, no, ain't nothing else fake. But wouldn't mind a little, but no. So, but no, that's what it's just something we want to do to
It's us. It's real.
show people what it's like to have the animals, showing what we're doing, what we're trying to do, the reason why we're doing it,
Right.
the love we have for the animals, and hopefully that comes across
Right.
with this.
Well, and you know, we plan on doing some fun things with you know, different podcasts as far as bringing, you know, husbands and other, you know, doing fun games and, you know, that kind of stuff, you know, funny things to keep you laughing, peppered in with some animal facts and that kind of thing. And then
Yep.
we're going to have some, you know, we're going to have some people on, you know, throughout the times, you know, maybe veterinarians, you know, people that are more knowledgeable than me. Yes, there are people. And
Doubt
so,
it.
you know, that kind of thing. So we're just going to make it fun and interesting for you guys. And hopefully you want to follow us.
Yep.
You know, and we'll just, we'll see you probably next week.
Yep, hopefully.
So, and this little dude will be bigger and I can go take a shower and get the wallaby crap off my pants.
Yeah, sounds
So,
good. Well, you know,
Yeah,
that's your life.
it is.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.